Hello, and welcome to Magic is Real, a podcast focused on the fascinating world of near-death experiences, spirit communication, and all things metaphysical and spiritual. The mission of this project is to share messages of hope and inspiration with others, and to spread the word that death is only an illusion. Thank you for being here with an open heart and mind. I wish you peace, light, and love always. Hello, Magic is Real family and friends. If you're new here, I'm Shannon Torrance, and this is Magic is Real. This is a podcast where we talk about spiritually transformative experiences, spirit communication, mediumship, all things metaphysical. And today I'm coming at you with a bonus episode. Today I don't have a viewer question, but I did have a question from a friend of mine who texted me and he asked me, how do you keep your heart open and the gratitude flowing? My answer was something along the lines of this, but I'm going to elaborate a little bit here for your sake and maybe for my own. My answer to start with was, I don't think that you always have to keep the gratitude flowing, in the sense that I think that sometimes you're just having an off day, you're having a bad day. Sometimes you're feeling sad. Sometimes you're feeling mad. And that's all part of the human experience. It's all right to cry. Crying gets the mad out of you. It's my favorite song from Sesame Street. I think that sometimes we are being called to be in this human experience for a reason. We aren't put here to just cruise along and have no suffering and no difficulties and no challenges. The whole point of coming into these human bodies on this earth is to experience ups and downs, to witness the dark alongside the light. The dark helps illuminate the light. I think some days we just kind of need to sit in it. In fact, yesterday, I admit, was one of the first days I've had in a long while where I really was just feeling down. I was feeling down. I was missing my friend who passed away. And also, I was having vocal disorder issues again that flared up, and I was really discouraged. I thought, after 3 years of this, when does it end? Am I ever just going to be completely free of this thing? And it was hard for me to work, and I was frustrated about that. I felt very stuck. And for the first time in a long time, I just said, all right, well, that's just where I'm at today, with the knowledge that tomorrow it'll be a different day. And it was. And today was a beautiful day, and my voice was working better and everything was great. But I think also that we can help ourselves to stay in the light without forcing. I believe that a lot of times it's just a matter of putting down your phone, turning off TV, turning off the news, sometimes just not speaking to people who might sort of throw you off course. Meditation. I do a lot of guided meditations. Yoga. If you're not a yoga person, a walk outside in nature. I think sometimes just connecting with the earth, connecting with nature, connecting with yourself or spirit, whatever calls to you. Sometimes it is listening to music that uplifts you. I like to listen. I have a mix on my phone, Spotify, not a Spotify list, it's an Apple Music list, and it's my high vibes mix, and it just puts me in a really happy state of feeling really good. One of my songs is Beautiful Light by Uppermost. I highly recommend this. In fact, I did cryotherapy for a while recently rather. And when you're in there, when you're in this this tomb where they're putting negative 140 degree freezing cold air onto your naked body, they allow you to listen to a song of your choice, so you can just kind of get out of your mind and just stand there for 3+ minutes. I could only ever get up to 3, and I always had them play that song for me because it just put me in this really great state of mind. And so sometimes it's music. It might be an uplifting TV show. I personally don't watch TV very often, but you might. It could be reading a book. I guess what I'm trying to impart is you don't necessarily want to avoid any kind of pain or discouragement or what we consider to be low vibe feelings. I think one of my favorite quotes has always been the only way out is through. You have to feel these things. They bring a lot of things to the forefront. They bring a lot of important messages to, they reveal a lot of what's really going on under the surface. I definitely don't believe in stuffing feelings down, in avoiding uncomfortable feelings. Sometimes we just feel uncomfortable feelings, and that's part of the human experience. And sometimes it's important in those moments to really ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What's bringing me down? Where have I lost my way? Where have I lost faith? And sometimes it is something as natural as you lost somebody that you love, somebody died. You have an ailing friend or family member. There are a lot of reasons, world events, things that obviously a lot of people are naturally upset by. So I think it's really important to acknowledge those feelings. I don't think you really need to stay in this constant state of enlightenment and bliss. However, one of the things that always keeps me in that high vibe state is just the knowledge that I have. And it's my belief. Not everyone has to believe it. If you're here, you probably believe it too, or you're curious about it. I also understand that this is all Earth School, that we can really afford to not take life so seriously that once we understand that this is all, I don't want to say an illusion because it is real, but it really is sort of, we're just visiting here. We're just visiting here. We're here for the experience. And as my guest today, Melissa Denise, so eloquently put it, when she went to the other side and was shown sort of the meaning of life, she described sort of a matrix in which all of the things together, the good and the bad, the light and the dark, are all exactly the way they're supposed to be. They're all in a perfect balance. Without the dark, the light can't be illuminated. It's important to embrace all of the experiences, as painful as a lot of them are. That doesn't mean ignore them and just accept them passively. Obviously, if you are concerned about something, if there is something you can do to help, obviously, I endorse that. But I think that in terms of just getting back to your heart, getting back to your your serenity, really that just comes down to intention. That really just comes down to, I intend that right now I'm sitting with myself, I'm centering myself, I am focusing on gratitude. Hello, and now a word from our sponsor. Although Ellen isn't actually a sponsor, she's a friend. She's my voiceover agent. She's someone who everyone who signed with her loves. She lives in Montana. She cares so much about people. She's not a slick Hollywood agent. She only sends us auditions that come from clients that she has personal relationships with. She's so much fun. She's an animal lover, a nature lover, and she's just awesome. So I just want to say that I use this and I am genuinely, honestly, she's not paying me to say this, love this product. So she created this company called Montana Made Naturals. And all of these serums and creams are all natural ingredients. And I'm going to read uh, off of her page because it's information I won't be able to memorize. But vitamin A, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, artichoke extract, sea buckthorn, um, all of these items, coconut oils, cocoa. Some of them are I think proprietary is the word. Secret ingredients. There are some essential oils in here. This smell, I seriously, it smells like a pound cake. And so this one, what I love about it, you can't quite see, but it is whipped. She figured out how to whip it. So it's sort of like this consistency of like whipped butter. And so I'll just kind of tell you what these are. This is Montana Snow Butter. It's a day and night serum for wrinkles. Love like love the smell of it. Sweet Dreams Night Serum, also just love, like love. The smell, it's so natural smelling and it's not overpowering and it's not chemically. This is the Rise and Shine Day Cream, also whipped like butter. The consistency, it's not greasy. This one is the Montana Made Natural Sweet Dreams Night Cream. And this one is the Rise and Shine Day Serum. I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I know this is kind of going on long, but I need to tell you how passionate I am about this because I reached out to her and was like, how did you do this? She did so much research. She really put a lot of love into it. She has sold to some local, I think, stores, but is not wanting to mass produce this. It's something she makes at home. She might have another thing coming because honestly, it's so good. Anyway, I just want to really encourage you to try this. It's all natural. It's beautiful. It's healing to the skin. I mean, my skin's pretty good, right? I am in my 40s and I have to say, I mean, obviously I do things to take care of my skin, but I wouldn't use something that I don't believe in. And so I just wanted to share that. The website is montanamadenaturals.com. Please try it out. Please support, reach out to Ellen. And thank you so much for your time and for listening. Love you. Some other tips that I have, again, I'm not saying force it, but there are things you can do to bring up your vibration. And a lot of times, something I actually do before mediumship readings occasionally is I will listen to, again, some music that makes me feel uplifted and excited. And I will physically movement. That wasn't a sentence. I will physically move because movement sort of gets that energy flowing, gets the energy moving through your body. Dancing. I mean, you should see me when I'm by myself. I'm a real dork. I think we're all aware of that by this point, but just movement in any way that you can do it keeps that energy flowing, keeps your vibration high. It's the same thing as smiling. It's been proven that when you smile, I don't want to say tricks your brain, but if you're smiling, your brain thinks you're happy. So it's a lot of faking it till you make it in that sense. If you want to physically embody joy, dance, throw your hands in the air, do whatever you have to do. Listen to music that makes you feel great. Connect with people you love. Spend time with friends and family, even if it's by Zoom. I just think that so much of what brings me personally to life is connection. And I am quite introverted, even though I'm very outgoing and I really thrive on connection. There is such a part of me that really needs a lot of alone time and downtime. And I know a lot of people are like this. And a lot of people have said to me, how can you travel by yourself? I'm like, oh, I love meeting people. I love doing stuff by myself. I love having full autonomy. I like talking to strangers. I like all of it. If you're not that sort of person, that's okay. But I really think that at the end of the day, we all are people that thrive on connection. We need connection. It's human nature to need that intimacy, that sense of closeness. And I don't mean romantic intimacy, although if you have a healthy, beautiful, nurturing relationship, that's wonderful too. But I find these days that just being with like-minded people and going to see a show, a music show or a comedy show or whatever it is, those things, even though sometimes half the time I don't want to drag myself out of the house, once I'm there, it's so exciting to just sort of be in the world, especially after what we've gone through. And I know it's not over, and a lot of people still choose to stay home. That's okay. And it's smart. If you're high risk or you're close to someone who is, that's great. But I really think at the end of the day, my overarching message is you don't have to be in a place of contentment, bliss, peace, spirituality all the time. I think just knowing it's there as a touchstone is enough. And that it is for me. I find now that, yeah, I'm happy and content more days than I'm not these days because I have an understanding of the greater spiritual goings on. Like I understand this is all a gift and it's also all a game and it's all kind of a maze and a challenge and a simulation. And I like to think of it that way of like, what's going to happen next? Sometimes this stuff is undesirable, but that it's all leading us towards something. And that with everything that happens, the little things, the big things, it's all leading towards something. And I think that's a really exciting prospect. And just to remember your true heart, your true soul, where you really come from, who you really are, and to realize that you're so much more powerful than you even think sometimes. Remembering that we are all these beautiful balls of light that originated from stardust. Just finding the miracle in everything, looking at flowers, really just looking around and embracing the sort of glory of nature and trees and blades of grass and all the things that are out there. So I don't really know if it's reasonable to really stay in a state of bliss and stay in a state of contentment and peace all the time. I don't even think that's healthy, really. I will say that this whole year has been the happiest of my life. I have had just, excuse me, I got a little hiccup there. I think that the joy has come from living on my terms, living authentically, embracing my abilities. I think really being in the flow and knowing that this is my purpose, really listening to my heart, listening to my soul, speaking up for what I need, and really just living authentically too. I think that's a big thing. This year has been all about, I said this was going to be my eat, pray, love year. I was just going to say yes to everything. Going to Costa Rica, going just to different cities to see different people, spending time with friends, moving to a new state, exploring, just saying yes to adventures, I think keeps me sort of in a place of real gratitude and excitement and making sure to mix up my routine and not doing the same thing every day and opening myself up to new possibilities. So I hope that helps a little bit. I don't even know that you needed help, but I just hope it's inspiring in some way. And if anyone else, I kind of want to say, what do y'all do to stay heart centered and grateful? Leave in the comments below, but feel free to do that if you want. I'm just being cheesy, but at the same time, I would like to hear if you want to share. And again, send me your questions that you want to know, anything you want to know. Uh, Within reason. I don't really know what wouldn't be within reason, but within reason, I would love to answer your questions, whether it's about me, one of my guests, follow-up questions that you have, show ideas that you have. Um, I'd love to hear it. I'm even thinking what I'd like to do is if you have a question, feel free to send me a video to magicisrealshannon@gmail.com. Send me a video of yourself asking the question and I will pop it into the video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for your interest, for your engagement. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. That's it. I don't really have anything profound to say. I just want to thank you for being here, for being part of this community. And there will be more near-death experiences coming up, more out-of-body experiences, more metaphysical topics, and anything you'd like to suggest, comments or email me. Lots of love. Have a great week.